Come on, man. Hold on, bro. He's a man. He's a man. He got one. Yeah, it's real, boy.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, y'all. If you're new, do me a favor and make sure you subscribe. Do not forget that bell, though. That way you stay updated. And if you're not new, you already know. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting your boy. So, you guys already know I am back with another banger. Something that you guys have been requesting for a minute. Especially this one subscriber. I do not remember his name, but every time I do a reaction, he makes sure to highlight this reaction in bold letters. So, here it is. A Few Good Men. I hope to God this is a banger, man. Because the way you've been recommending this damn movie, I'm going to be disappointed, man, if this mug is whack. So, anyway, man, again, you guys keep putting recommendations in my comments, but just don't know. I just may do it. So, do your boy a favor and smash a thumbs up. You can either do it right now, you can wait till later. It's up to you, but just don't forget. So, yeah, man, I'm excited, dog. I have absolutely no idea what this movie is about. I don't know who is in it. I guess we gonna see, man. So, based off this title, A Few Good Men, my DMG score, I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 because the title sounds like it's gonna be good. It sounds like it's gonna be good. We gonna see. Remember, stay tuned in to see if my score has changed, y'all. So check this out. I'm gonna put the link to my Patreon at the bottom. You check that out. I'm not going into the spill about that, except you get to see this full uncut, unedited reaction on my Patreon, and you know the deal. So check that out, man, and I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Let's get to it. The hell is it? What's going on here? And 2 Marines. Now I assume the guy they kidnapping is a Marine? Oh, Tom Cruise in this? Oh, it's gonna be good then. Guaranteed to be good. He's a great actor. Oh, Jack Nicholson. Legend. I don't catch him in a lot of movies these days. Jack Nicholson, man. You know something? I love how they are all in sync. You hear everything hitting the ground at the exact moment. Tell me that ain't cold. That takes so much focus, practice, dog. It's just dedication.
No, I'd like to request that it be I who am assigned. That it be I who am assigned. That's good. Captain, I'd like to request that I be the attorney assigned.
You know, she was a private the way she was rehearsing that speech. She got big ranks, and she was going to the big dogs.
2 Marines, a Lance Corporal Harold Dawson and a Private Loudon Downey, entered the barracks room of a PFC William Santiago and assaulted him. Santiago died at the base hospital. They're scheduled to have a hearing down in Cuba this afternoon. I was thinking it sounded an awful lot like a code red. Sir, I'd like to have them moved up to Washington and assigned counsel. In short, Captain, I'd like to suggest that I be the one who that it be...
She nervous.
Commander Galloway, why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee?
Thank you, sir. I'm fine.
Commander, I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
Straight to the point, since she ain't catching a hint.
All right, what about this, Commander
They
Galloway?
She disposed of 3 cases in 2 years. She's not cut out for litigation. She's a
Bring her back in. And I'll have division assign them counsel.
Too valuable in your present assignment to be wasted on what I'm sure will boil down to a 5-minute plea bargain in weeks.
That's a nice way to say it, though.
Than that.
Don't worry about it. I promise you, division will assign the right man for the job.
So did he just lie to her? Because they was basically saying she wasn't qualified and she didn't get her job. So he would have hurt her feelings.
Taffy! Stalling on this thing. Now, we either get it done, and I mean now, I'm going to charge him with possession and being under the influence. I'll recommend 30 days. Yeah, well, your client thought it was marijuana.
Oh, so he's an attorney. military attorney.
I'm gonna charge him.
What, possession of a condiment? I'll file a motion to dismiss.
You won't get it.
I will get it. And if the MTD is denied, I'll file a motion in limine seeking to obtain an evidentiary ruling in adfinement. And you're gonna spend the next...
I know my shit.
B misdemeanor, 20 days in the brig.
C misdemeanor, 15 days restricted duty.
I don't know why I'm agreeing to this.
Because you ain't got a choice. He just broke down every step he gonna do. You can't do shit about it. You know something? I noticed every role that Tom Cruise plays, he has confidence. He's a very confident individual, man.
Requested by division.
Requested to do what?
A Marine corporal illegally fires a round over the fence line and into Cuban territory. Dawson and PFC Loudon Downey tie him up, stuff a rag down his throat, and an hour later, Santiago's dead.
So he choked.
Physician says the rag was treated with some kind of toxin. They're being flown up here tomorrow. Meantime, go and see Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway. Work with Kathy on this.
So that rag had poison or whatever it was. He didn't choke off the rag. It was what was on the rag. I'm confused, though. Why is he investigating these people? To see if they're guilty or what?
Lieutenant Commander Galloway.
You're the attorney division assigned?
Like, they should be doing instead of me.
How long have you been in the Navy?
Going on 9 months now.
And how long have you been out of law school?
A little over a year.
I see.
She pissed. I know she fell away.
He successfully plea bargained 44 cases in 9 months.
One more, I get a set of steak knives.
Have you ever been in a courtroom?
I once had my driver's license suspended. The lawyer
He
told
is
me a
arrogant.
priest.
One of the people you'll be seeing down there is the barracks CO, Colonel Nathan Jessup. I assume you've heard of him.
He's expected to be appointed director of operations at
He wrote to...
He is a mess.
He wanted to be transferred off the base. No one was listening. He wrote to the Naval Investigative Service.
Is that all?
This letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
And Santiago is... who?
This dude is a mess.
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming. 12 years.
You haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper.
Commander, do you have some sort of jurisdiction?
My job is to make sure that you do your job. So my jurisdiction's pretty much in your face.
She pissed. She got a grudge. She got a grudge against him.
I'm writing to inform you of my problems with my unit here in Cuba. I've fallen out on runs before for several reasons, such as feeling dizzy or nauseated, going down a rocky, unstable hill. My sergeant grabbed me and pushed me down the hill. I was brought to the hospital where I was told I just had heat exhaustion.
Who the is PFC Tiago?
Member of 2nd Platoon Bravo, sir.
Written letters to everybody but Santa Claus. And now he's telling tales about a fence line shooting. Now, this kid broke the chain of command and ratted on a member of his unit. I want to know what we're going to do.
I think Santiago should be transferred off the base immediately.
He should have been transferred him out. If he's in distraught, dog, he can't pass the PT test to save his life, and he ain't fit for duty.
Wait, I've got a better idea. Let's transfer the whole Windward Division off the base. Tom?
He for real?
Sir. Get me the president on the phone. We're surrendering.
Oh, you being funny.
Maybe we have a responsibility as officers to train Santiago. Certain that I read that somewhere once. Transferring Santiago might not be, in a manner of speaking, the American way.
It's not a matter of him not being trained, though. It's a matter of physical condition.
Santiago doesn't make 4.64, and I'm going to blame you. Then I'm going to kill you.
Yes, sir. I think that's a mistake, Colonel.
It's not about training, though. He said he keep falling out. It's not about training.
We're in the business of saving lives, Matthew. That taking a Marine who is not quite up to the job and shipping him off to another assignment puts lives in danger.
He got a point there. He got a point there. Shit, I didn't think about it that way. But it's not about training, though. Not physically capable. He passing out.
We went to the academy together. We were commissioned together. We did our tours in Vietnam together. The business of saving lives. Don't ever question my orders in front of another officer.
Respect that. We friends. We grew up together now. I'm still fucking superior. I respect that. I get his point, but still, man.
Not all of that one.
I wanted to talk to you about Corporal Dawson and Private Downey.
Those names sound like they should mean something to me, but I'm...
Dawson, Downey, your clients.
That dude, man. He don't say shit serious but baseball.
Done something wrong again, haven't I?
I was just wondering why 2 guys have been locked up since this morning while their lawyer's outside hitting a ball. Lieutenant, would you be very insulted if I recommend 9 different counsel?
You don't even know me.
I get her perspective of him, though. He's a damn bag.
I don't think your client's murdered anyone.
Where are you basing this on?
But Santiago died at 1 a.m. At 3, the doctor wasn't able to determine the cause of death. 2 hours later, he said it was poison.
It had to be Professor Plum in the library with the candlestick.
I'm gonna talk to your super.
Go straight up Pennsylvania Avenue. It's the big white house. I don't think you have much luck, though. I was assigned by division, remember? Somebody over there thinks I'm a pretty good lawyer.
You waste your time. You wasting your time.
You know what a code red
You can't
is?
do shit about it.
What a pity.
He got his way of handling fucking cases. And he's damn good at it, obviously.
Sir, on deck, 10.
What's code red?
Sir, a code red is a disciplinary engagement.
What's a garden variety code red?
Sir, a Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. The men in his squad would give him a GI shower.
What's that?
Scrub brushes, Brillo pads, steel wool.
A shower? Get the fuck out of here. You thinking this boy a shower with Brillo pads and shit?
The rag you stuffed in Santiago's mouth, was there poison on it?
No, sir. Sir, we were just gonna shave his head, sir.
All of a sudden,
We saw blood dripping down his mouth, and we pulled the tape off, and there was blood all down his face, sir.
Did you fire a shot across the fence line into Cuba?
Yes, sir.
Santiago's letter to the NIS
What was it, an accident?
said you fired illegally.
Oh. Okay, I'm sure like if it's an accident then shit. Why is he being charged?
If Santiago didn't have anything on you, then why did you give him a code red?
Because he broke the chain of command, sir. He went outside of his unit, sir. If he had a problem, he should have spoken to me, then a sergeant, then company commander.
What was your intent?
To train him, sir.
So by
To
shaving his head
respect
and
the
shit?
code.
What's the code?
Unit, corps, God, country.
So shave his head, scrub him with Brillo pads and shit to teach him a lesson? To train him? What the fuck going on here?
Wants to charge you two with murder. And you want me to go to the prosecutor with unit, corps, God.
You sound crazy as Yeah, I sound crazy.
They plead guilty, we drop the conspiracy. 20 years, they're home in half that time.
I want 12.
Can't do it. Killed a Marine.
The rag was tested for poison.
The hospital says he's sure.
Why did blood come out of his mouth? Something fuel. It wasn't choking. If you choke, you don't come from.
We off the record. I'm gonna give you the 12 years. Before you go get yourself into trouble, the platoon commander specifically told them not to touch Santiago. We have a deal?
I'll talk to you when I get back.
That was an ego trip, man. He gonna give you the 12 years. Shit, you get what you want. Case closed.
Got off on the wrong foot.
Commander?
You can call me Joanne.
Joe, if you ever speak to a client of mine again without my permission, I'll have you disbarred.
I had authorization.
From where?
Aunt on his mother's side.
Does Aunt Jenny have a barn? We can hold the trial there.
He doing his job now.
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
You think they ought to go to jail for the rest of their lives?
I believe every word of their story, and I think they ought to go to jail for the rest of their lives.
I ain't along with them. What they did was fucked up. It should not be excused. Especially the reason they done it is because of the core values. That's your reasoning.
I'm Corporal Barnes. I'm to escort you to the windward side of the base. Camouflage jackets? Yes, sir.
You gonna stand out like a sore thumb.
Cuban seen officer wearing white. Think it might be someone they want to take a shot at.
You somebody important?
John, this man's dad once made a lot of enemies down in your neck of the woods. How the hell is your dad, Danny?
He passed away 7 years ago, sir.
Don't I feel like the fucking asshole?
Awkward.
I told the men that Santiago was not to be harmed in any way.
What time is that meeting?
1600.
4 o'clock.
Make him like he unprofessional as hell. Especially when somebody come behind you and...
You think Santiago was murdered?
I believe in God and his son, Jesus Christ. Because I do, I can say this. Private Santiago is dead. But he is dead because he had no code. He is dead because he had no honor.
Wow. That's your answer to that. Because of the man, this... Everybody seems to be pissed at this guy. They don't give a fuck about him being dead or not.
Santiago is going to reveal the person's name in exchange for a transfer.
Yes.
Any details that I'm missing, you should feel free to speak up.
Thank you.
Nothing you want to say?
We agreed that for his own safety, Santiago should be transferred off the base.
So it's just lie. So he's lying now.
On the first available flight to the States. 0600 the next morning.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute, I've got some questions.
No, you don't.
Did you meet with Dr. Stone between 3 and 5?
Of course, I met with the doctor.
He don't give a fuck.
I was just wondering if you've ever heard the term code red.
I've heard the term.
I like her. Because she don't believe that bullshit.
Do code red still happen on this base?
Joe, the colonel doesn't need to answer that.
Yes, he does.
No.
I like her. If she don't believe that bullshit, she ain't going.
I'll tell you something, and listen up, because I really mean this. There is nothing earth sexier than a woman that you have to salute in the morning.
You trying to butter her
If you
up.
haven't gotten a blowjob from a superior officer, well...
I need an answer to my question, sir.
You want to ask me about Code Red? If it happens to go on without my knowledge, so be it. I run my unit how I run my unit. I eat breakfast 300 yards from 4,000 Cubans who are trained to kill me.
He's guilty. He in this shit. He got something to do with it. He just blatantly lied.
Need a copy of Santiago's transfer order.
You believe that, don't you, Danny? That I'm here to help you in any way I can?
Of course.
You have to ask me nicely.
How you gonna create this? He just asked him.
Deal with the bullets and the bombs and the blood. I don't want money. What I do want is for you to stand there in that faggoty white uniform and with your Harvard mouth extend me some fucking courtesy.
He was just on his team. But now you notice he don't believe your stupid ass. Now you get aggressive.
Colonel Jessup, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like a copy of the transfer order.
No problem.
You know there's some fishy shit going on around here now. But we're all on the same team, regardless of the branch. Why are you getting so aggressive with me?
I think Kendrick ordered the code red, and so do you.
Let's go. You heard what I said. Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Yes, sir.
You mind telling me why the hell you never mentioned this before?
You didn't ask us, sir.
I was about to say, you didn't ask that question. Let's say ask the right questions.
Lieutenant Kendrick came to our room, man.
And what happened then?
Lieutenant Kendrick ordered us to give Santiago a code red.
Man, fuck that old integrity, dog, and loyalty and teamwork, and they don't give a fuck about you, bro. Your ass in jail.
How long have you known about the order?
Kendrick specifically told those men not to touch Santiago.
That's right.
That's not what Kendrick says.
Kendrick's lying.
You have proof?
I have the defendants. Why did Markinson go your way? You don't think I could subpoena Markinson?
You could try, but you won't find him.
Who's on whose side, bro?
17 of his 26 years in the Corps, counterintelligence. Markinson's gone. I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months.
No deal, we're going to court.
Joe.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because you'll lose. And Danny knows it. Not about to see his clients go to jail for life when he knows they could be home in 6 months.
It's technically, you know what? It's not their fault, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's an order. They were just following orders. Now, their commander, him and the fucking captain, they should get going.
Voluntary manslaughter, 2 years.
I'm afraid we can't do that, sir.
What are you talking about?
We did nothing wrong, sir. We did our job, and if that has consequences, then I'll accept them.
I agree. They follow orders. It ain't their fault, though. I ain't gonna lie with them on that. That's bullshit.
Do it, Harold. 6 months. It's nothing. It's a hockey seat.
After 6 months, we'll be dishonorably discharged, right, sir?
Probably.
Ain't no problem to it.
What do we do then, sir? We joined the Marines because we wanted to live our lives by a certain code. Now you're asking us to sign a piece of paper that says we have no honor. But I believe I was right, sir. I believe I did my job, and I will not dishonor myself, my unit, or the Corps!
And then live a shitty life because you ain't gonna get no job. You ain't gonna get a job. Dishonorably discharged, and you got murder on your hand. Convicted murderer. You just fucked your whole life up for following the order.
I'm not gonna feel responsible for this, Harold. I did everything I could. You give a shit. What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room?
Hoo-wee! He put his hand in his pocket. Disrespectful. He said, fuck you. You don't even deserve to wear your fucking uniform. You just lost all respect from me.
What do you want from me?
I want you to let them be judged. I want you to stand up and make an argument.
An argument that didn't work for the Nazis at Nuremberg.
These guys aren't the Nazis.
Don't look now, Danny, but you're making an argument. Why are you so afraid to be a lawyer?
He afraid of his fucking up his career or what? He got to put some work in for this one.
Do you believe they have a case?
It doesn't matter what I believe. It only matters what I can prove. I know the law.
You know nothing about the law. You're a used car salesman, Daniel. You're nothing.
She gonna put her hands in the pocket too? He just lost all respect, boy. Especially when you know the right thing to do. You know they wrong. You know they fucking were just following orders, bro.
All rise.
The accused are charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder.
Does defense wish to enter a plea?
They're not guilty.
We'll adjourn until 1000, 3 weeks from today.
Grab his nuts.
Why does a lieutenant junior grade with 9 months experience and a track record for plea bargaining get assigned a murder case?
So they was expecting him to take a plea bargain.
So this is what a courtroom looks like.
She said if Markinson doesn't want to be found, we're not gonna find him.
Markinson. That's the sergeant, platoon sergeant, who ordered them to go do that shit.
I don't know what made Santiago die. I don't want to know. I just want to be able to show it could have been something other than poison.
That boy knew his shit, boy. Was it 9 months as an attorney?
Was there any sign of violence?
You mean other than the dead body?
Shit. These 9 people are gonna insist that someone be blamed for that. Ross is handing them our clients, we're gonna hand them Kendrick. Ed, don't shift in your seat, don't scribble furiously, whatever.
Body language is everything. They gonna read all of that shit. See right through it.
Danny,
I know what you're gonna say, you don't have to. We've had our differences. I said some things I didn't mean, you said some things you didn't mean, but you're happy that I stuck with the case.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
The facts of the case are these. The accused, they woke him up,
tied his arms and legs with tape, and forced a rag into his throat. He drowned in his own blood and was pronounced dead at 37 minutes. These are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed.
That wasn't facts. We all know this.
Now, Lieutenant Caffey is going to try and pull off a little magic act here. He might even try to cut into a few officers for you. And when we get to the end, Willie Santiago is dead.
They got to fight on their hands. You got to fight on their hands.
When Dawson and Downey went into Santiago's room that night, it wasn't because of vengeance or hatred. It's because it was what they were ordered to do. But if you're a Marine and you're given an order, you follow it or you pack your bags.
Good ass point, too. And there's Marines on that board, too, so shit. As long as they believe in the same values as strongly as they do, I got a point.
Could you state your full name?
Robert C. McGuire, Special Agent, Naval Investigative Service.
McGuire, did your office receive a letter?
We did.
Was that Marine identified in the letter?
No.
And what did you find?
Pound of ammunition missing.
Who was that?
Lance Corporal Harold Dawson.
So he said he got motive. That's why he done it. Trying to avoid investigation, huh?
Lance Corporal Dawson's been charged with a number of crimes. Why wasn't he charged with firing at the enemy without cause?
There wasn't enough evidence to support such a charge.
Thank you.
So that's not motive.
Were you present at a meeting that Lieutenant Kendrick held?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Cuba Gooding Jr.
That Private Santiago had gone outside the chain of command.
Did that make you mad?
Yeah. Look at his fucking body language.
Private Santiago betrayed a code we believe in very deeply, sir.
Corporal, did Lieutenant Kendrick leave a standing order at that meeting?
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
So what he said that shit in public, but then behind their back and said that shit in private and gave them orders.
Stone, what is lactic acidosis?
If the muscles and other cells of the body burn sugar instead of oxygen, lactic acid is produced.
Normally, how long does it take?
20 to 30 minutes.
And what causes this process to be sped up?
An ingested poison of some kind.
Is it possible for a person to have sort of condition might also speed up the process of acidosis?
His facial expression.
It's possible.
Some of those conditions.
Coronary disorder or cerebral disorder.
Possible to have a serious coronary condition. Signals were so mild as to escape a physician.
There would still be symptoms, though.
Facts.
What kind of symptoms? Chest pains?
Yes.
Shortness of breath?
Yes.
Fatigue?
All the symptoms that he had. All the symptoms that old dude had.
Doctor, is this your signature?
Yes, it is.
Would you read your handwritten remarks at the bottom of the page, please, sir?
Initial testing, negative. Patient complains of chest pains, shortness of breath, and fatigue.
That boy.
Coronary condition and not some mysterious poison.
No. Private Santiago was given a clean bill of health.
That's why it had to be poison, right, Commander? Because Lord knows you'd have a lot to answer for, wouldn't you, Doctor?
Got his stupid ass. Got him. Got him.
You've held the license to practice medicine for 17 years. You're board certified in internal medicine. You are chief of internal medicine.
He's still human.
In your professional medical opinion, was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Yes.
Because that would mean he didn't do his fucking job. He nothing to throw himself under the bus.
Why do you hate them so much?
They beat up on a weakling. That's all they did. They didn't like him, so they killed him.
Why do you like them so much?
Because they stand on a wall and they say nothing's gonna hurt you tonight. Not on my watch.
They put their life on the line for you, boy. Self-sacrifice. And they were just doing their fucking job. But it ain't their fault.
Have you ever received a code red?
Yes, sir. That night, the guys in my squad threw a blanket over me. Took turns punching me in the arm for 5 minutes, and then they poured glue on my hands.
That's fun.
The guys talked tough about Santiago, but they wouldn't go near him. They were too afraid of Dawson, sir.
Object. The witness is speculating.
So the guy who killed him protected him? I'm confused. Something ain't adding up.
Just flip to the page in the book that discusses Code Red.
Well,
You find the term Code Red and its definition in that book. Am I correct?
no, sir.
Is there no book?
No book, sir.
No further questions.
But Code Red exists.
Where the mess hall is.
Well, Lieutenant Caffey, that's not in the book, sir.
How did you know where the mess hall was?
Well, I guess I just followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
That boy, good. That boy, you got what I got. I got one better. Keep it coming. You know I'm good at what the fuck I do.
What do you know?
I know everything.
Did Kendrick give the order?
Yes. He was never going to be transferred off that base.
He was out. He heard the fuck. He heard what the colonel said.
You've got the transfer order. It's got your signature.
I know. I signed him the morning you arrived in Cuba, 5 days after Santiago died.
I'm going to get you a deal.
I don't want a deal. I want you to know that I'm proud neither of what I have done.
He handled it, man. He was. Well, he could have done it because he was higher ranking, so he did have say so. Granted, he was outranked.
Sam, when a flight takes off, there's got to be some kind of record kept, right?
Get it. I'm gonna put the Apostle John Kendrick on the stand.
You accuse Kendrick or Jessup of any crime without proper evidence, you're going to be subject to a court-martial for professional misconduct.
So they friends. I respect that. They still friends.
I'm not saying this to intimidate you. I'm being your lawyer here.
Lance Corporal Dawson's ranking after the School of Infantry was perfect. Lieutenant, do you know what a code red is?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever ordered a code red?
No, I have not.
Lieutenant, did you order Dawson and 2 other men to make sure that Private Bell received no food for a period of 7 days?
Yes, I did.
Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red?
No.
To not eat? This bullshit.
Lieutenant Kendrick, was Dawson given a rating of below average and been sneaking food to Private Bell?
Lance Corporal Dawson was given a below average rating because he had committed a crime.
What, stealing? Thief? Thievery?
Dawson brought a hungry guy some food.
He disobeyed an order.
It wasn't a real order, was it? He wasn't being asked to secure a hill or advance on a beachhead.
This motherfucker cold. Cold. He cared about the welfare of his soldier. His battle buddy.
Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
I got the Tower Chief's log from that night. Jessup's telling the truth.
Then why isn't it listed in the Tower Chief's log? He can make an entire flight disappear?
Nathan Jessup is about to be appointed Director of Operations for the National Security Council.
That boy said, yeah, do what the fuck he want to do.
Part of the flight, a ground crew member, someone.
Joe, this isn't TWA. Kid from the ground crew isn't gonna remember a flight that landed 4 weeks ago.
So you're saying the flight don't exist. It's not on the books.
How did you go in Santiago's room?
I was ordered to give him a code red by the platoon commander of Rifle Security Company Windward, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick. You think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Why would you want to go back? I ain't lying to you. I wouldn't trust it, bro.
In a matter of time, the trial of the 2 men charged with your son's death will be concluded. And the truth is this: your son is dead for only one reason. I wasn't strong enough to stop. Always.
Oh, fuck.
Marine Corps.
Commit suicide. At least he left a statement.
Code red was ordered by my platoon commander.
How far is it from post 39 to the Windward Barracks?
About 10-15 minutes.
Well, if you didn't make it back to the barracks until 1645. Did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red?
No, sir.
How? Private, answer the captain's question.
Other dude good too, boy. He showed opportunity and he took it.
Really got a hand of those federal marshals, boy. It's not like he hanged himself by his shoelaces or... Anyway, since we seem to be out of witnesses, I thought I'd drink a little.
I still think we can win.
Maybe you should drink a little.
Oh, you're not living in reality.
What possible good could come from putting Jessup on the stand?
He told Kendrick to order the code red.
Why didn't you say so? And of course, you have proof of that. Oh.
You put him on the stand and you get it from him.
He can get it, because he cold. He asked the right questions, he can get it.
It's a court-martial! Yes, Johnny! After falsely accusing a highly decorated Marine officer of...
I'm sorry I lost your set of steak knives.
Yeah.
What does Sam think about this? Because he ain't said nothing.
Did I ever tell you I wrote a paper about your father in college?
Yeah.
And if I were Dawson and Downey and I had a choice between you or your father, I'd choose you any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Good, boy.
Joanne, I'm gonna put Jessup on the stand!
You know something, boy? That's one thing she can say. That motherfucker good. At first, she didn't like him. She thought he was unprofessional as hell. Still good.
We hit Jessup with the phony transfer order.
Now you think you can get him to just say it?
I think he wants to say it. I think he's pissed off that he's got to hide from us. I think he wants to say that he made a command decision and that's the end of it.
Hey, dog. He loves Jordan, boy. You can't tell him shit. He got a point.
I need my bat. I think better with my bat. Where's my bat?
I put it in the closet.
Stay here. I'm going to the office for a while.
What he got? That boy, brain thinking. Something about that damn bat.
He does think better with that bat.
You feel like he's not gonna say it. Don't go for it. I'm special counsel for internal affairs, and I'm telling you, you could get in a lot of trouble.
What she said? She care about him? Care about his career? She don't want to jeopardize what he got going on?
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
I told Kendrick to tell his men that Santiago wasn't to be touched.
Why?
I felt his life might be in danger.
Grave day?
Well, he did say that.
They're another kind.
You brought your dress uniform with you.
I brought a change of clothes and some personal items.
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed. Tell you what, we'll get back to that one in a minute.
If you're leaving out, why is that St. Patrick's?
You made 3 calls. Upon hearing the news that he was finally getting his transfer, Santiago was so excited that do you know how many people he called? 0. And according to you, he was getting on a plane in 6 hours. And everything he owned was hanging neatly in his closet, and he hadn't called a soul. Can you explain that?
He got quiet as shit.
Maybe he was an early riser and liked to pack in the morning. And maybe he didn't have any friends. What I do know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600. Are these really the questions that I was called here to answer? Please tell me that you have something more, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Kathy.
What you gonna do, bro?
I didn't dismiss you. I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
I'd appreciate if he would dress me as Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it. I don't know what the hell kind of unit you're running here.
The witness will address this court as Judge or Your Honor. I'm quite certain I've earned it.
Got him. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. This court I'm the boss.
A moment ago, you said that you ordered Lieutenant Kendrick to tell his men that Santiago wasn't to be touched.
That's right.
And Lieutenant Kendrick was clear on what you wanted?
Crystal.
Any chance Lieutenant Kendrick left your office and said, the old man is wrong?
No. We follow orders, son, or people die. It's that simple. Are we clear?
If you gave an order, and your orders are always followed, then why would Santiago be in danger?
He's being transferred.
It's not what you said. You said he was being transferred because he was in grave danger.
That's correct.
You said he was in danger.
Yo, shit coming back on you.
You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
Did you order the code red?
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
Oh, got him!
Truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Got him rattled up.
I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
The witness has rights.
Captain Ross.
He quiet as fuck. He quiet as fuck.
I'm gonna get on a plane and go on back to my base.
MPs, guard the Colonel.
You have the right to remain silent. Any statement
I'm
you
being
make
charged with a crime.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out. Colonel Jessup, do you understand these rights as I've just read them to you?
Your ass over. Your life is over.
All you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
The witness is excused.
Have the members reached a verdict?
We have, sir.
On the charge of murder, not guilty. The charge of conspiracy to commit murder, not guilty.
Following orders.
On the charge of conduct unbecoming a United States Marine, guilty as charged. Ordered to be dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps.
Damn. The innocent not going to jail, but getting a dishonorable discharge. Following orders.
What did we do wrong? We did nothing wrong.
Yeah, we did. We were supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. We were supposed to fight for Willie.
Harold,
Sir.
you don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have honor.
10 hut! There's an officer on deck.
Trying to get teary-eyed, man. That's what's up. Earnest respect.
Because what exactly were these guys going to testify to?
They had absolutely no recollection of anything.
Strong witnesses.
I'll see you around campus.
I gotta go arrest Kendrick.
Tell him I say hi.
Yo, man, this movie was good, dog. This movie was fire, man. I feel like they kind of got screwed, man. Because they really had no choice but to follow orders. And if they did not follow orders, there would have been repercussions that come with it. Because if I remember correctly, Harold, he had got punished for bringing the private who died food. Because he felt as if what they were doing was wrong. And so he do the wrong thing and get punished because he disobeyed orders. So imagine if they would not have followed orders and said, screw that, this is against my better judgment. And not only that, but could you imagine how all the other Marines would have looked at them? Because, a red flag or a red something, that was part of their rituals or what it meant to be a Marine was, they had certain core values. If you didn't believe in those same core values, you were an outcast. They honestly had no choice, man. If I had to blame two people, I would blame the colonel. I think not the captain or the colonel. I'm gonna just say Jack Nicholson. I forgot his rank in this movie, and then the physician. At first, I was looking at everybody else like the sergeant who was over there, I guess the squad leader, and then the captain who committed suicide. At first, I kind of felt like they were guilty, and their hands were tied too. Even the sergeant, even though I felt like he disliked the private, and he felt as if he was holding his platoon back, but still, he was following orders. So, if I had to point fingers, I would have pointed fingers at Jack Nicholson and the physician. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the physician, he had done his medical evaluation on the dude totally wrong. So how come that wasn't the cause? It was poison. It's because your fucking job is at stake if they find out that your ass didn't do the job right. So it's his fault. That's one of the reasons why he would not admit it. Because he knew that if he admitted that shit, he was in big fucking trouble. And then Jack Nicholson, of course, because he gave the order. At first when he was saying that he wanted to keep him there because it is their responsibility, to make good soldiers, and to not let a soldier fall behind. I was with him on that. But then when he gave the red flag, I guess I keep forgetting the red flag, whatever it was, to the soldier, that was bullshit. And then two, he said it's their job to properly train a soldier. If the soldier is short of breath and he overheats, that has nothing to do with him not being properly trained. The motherfucker just isn't physically fit to be in the military. That is it. Those are symptoms you cannot change by training. They should have sent his ass away. And even when the captain who killed himself, when he suggested, because he did suggest him transfer him up the base, Jack Nicholson said no. He basically gave his ass a check saying that, hey, look, I'm saying, yeah, we buddies, but when I say something, order is the order. I don't give a fuck about how you felt about it. At that moment, his hands were tied. He couldn't do shit about that, man. And the what he was saying about the red flag, I think, when a person is red flag, I keep forgetting the fucking red something. They they give them showers and scrub them down with Brillo pads and brushes and shit, or they start them with only giving vitamins and water. What kind of shit is that? How the fuck does that better a soldier? To me, that's fucking torture. Again, some soldiers are just better fit than others. Some soldiers are better in certain areas than others. But going about it that way, man, fuck no, bro. His ass should have went to jail. Him and that fucking physician. I hate that his ass fucking got away, man. I don't think that the private and the PFC was wrong at all, man. I mean, at the end, about how he said they got dishonorably discharged because they should have protected the weaker person. In the civilian world, yes. In the civilian world, absolutely. But in the military world, dog, regardless of how the fuck you feel, you gotta go to your chain of command. And sometimes your chain of command don't listen. Hence, in a situation like this. And then when you go over your chain of command, you get treated like this. So, they were fucked, dog. But anyway, this movie was dope. This movie was good, man. Anyway, I say my WG score at first was a 6. My score now, I'm gonna have to get this to 8. I'm gonna have to get this to 8, man. It was good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Give your boy a thumbs up, like, share, and comment. Links are at the bottom. Do not forget to subscribe to me and my girl's couples channel and my vlog channel. Links will be at the bottom. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.